This year, 2019, is the 14th year of this event. So from an entertainment perspective, it's all about trying to enhance that viewer experience. But this year, it was taken to the next level with the virtual flyover graphics that we were able to show before every competitor's run.
To the untrained eye, this is a massive, unrideable space. We would use the augmented reality to let the audience see where the riders are going and really set up what they're about to take on.
I love every aspect of this line. Far riders right into the rock. Dwayne Johnson, one of the most unique features we've ever had at Red Bull Rampage. And then he carries the momentum down into this canyon gap, which he has built even bigger this year.
This terrain out here is unforgiving. There's nothing like this event. And this technology is used commonly in studio environments, but it's never used in a remote location. We brought two different things, both built upon game engines. And the game engine gives us the ability to take the three-dimensional model that we created of the venue last year into a completely new environment.
We mounted a 50 megapixel camera onto a drone and took hundreds of photos to create a 3D model and texture using photogrammetry. For the virtual camera moves, we used an insanely detailed high-res version of the mountain model with over 6 million polys and the equivalent of 3 billion pixels in the texture. We created a pipeline with custom scripts and processes that allowed us to share completed assets and animations between each rendering program.
And then we brought out some tracking systems, and we're able to overlay athletes' lines and contextual information for the broadcast in 3D space.
We used a virtual production software called Pixitope to composite a low-res version of the mountain over the live image from our track camera. We removed that layer and left only the lines visible. And the result is real enough that a viewer hardly notices that they're being shown a computer-generated image.
One of the most unique things about this event is the fact that every rider goes down their own route.
These riders are changing their line right up to the final day. Having a team right here in the US as well as a team in Norway that was doing it overnight, working 24 hours right up to the night before the event to make sure it was as authentic as it can to what the riders are doing.
By the time the rider's in the start gate, the viewer has an idea of where they're going and gives them a reason to care and some knowledge as to what they're about to witness.
As this technology continues to evolve, we'll figure out unique and interesting ways to use it. You know, here we're using it to track rider lines, but every event we can find applications for these things moving forward.
Well, this is the line that Carson's been spending all year visualizing with the help of James Jackson. He has a unique section up top. You see him flipping that step down that's got a raw, rugged landing. That connector feature has been adapted to work better. He goes into the Republican drop. He 360'd it in his run last year after one of those crashes. So you know he's got that in the bag, but the key is going to be putting it all together when it counts. This is an overhead view of this line. Nobody else is going right here. That is that flip step down we were talking about. Here's where the train fell off the tracks last year. He weaves up and around into a technical chute. Then the step up canyon gap that we saw Cam Zink crash on, leading right into this vertical drop, the Republican that we're expecting him to throw a rotation on, and then a trick jump to finish it off. A similar line to what you saw Cam Zink lining up, but he's got his own unique variations up top, which really do fill all the criteria on the judges' scorecard. If he puts this all together, this is going to be a huge score.
You think the approach to Red Bull Rampage is random and reckless. Think again, visualizing his way through. Such a natural talent. Carson Storch on his first of 2 runs.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Take note of this first feature. Let's see which way he's rotating. Opposite 360 off the start drop. Perfect landing. So keep in the back of your mind the fact that he did an opposite 360 there. Look for another 360 later on. The judges will love that variety. Here we go, off the finger. This is where it's important to control your speed, get on the brakes. And here's where he lines up to that step down flip. Nobody else on the hill riding this feature. So important to scrub speed. This is where his run fell apart 2 times in a row last year. But all the planning paying off right now, a new chute. And here's where things get tricky. into this canyon gap setup, into the Republican drop. He's gonna need big tricks here. What's he gonna choose? Here we go, a suicide no-hander, keeping things simple, and a huge 360.
Massive! Storch goes massive with the 3.
All right, he's got a big variation plan here for this trick jump. The backflip Superman straight to the pedals.
Full claim! Big run claim!
Fist pump to the amphitheater here, filled to the gills.
This kid lives and breathes Rampage all year. He spends time focusing on this moment. He puts it together, top to bottom. That is veteran moves right there.
Into the corral for Carson Storch, the 26-year-old now out of Bend, Oregon. Oh, wow. That is exactly what you need to do on one of 2 runs. What a sigh of relief.
Yes, Carson.